It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and we'll see Fred Warner. He got a chance to rest and heal up last week on the bye. It's the 49ers and the Cards under the lights on Thursday night.
From the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown.
All right, now we got to contain Trey Lance. This will be a fun one.
Former number 3 overall pick back in 2021, it's Trey Lance.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
What's going on?
Lance going to put it up right away. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests.
Now Lance unable to escape and down.
Wow, so far so good.
That sack goes to Cameron Thomas. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. The Lance going to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. Certainly not the start they were looking for offensively, coming off that loss last week on the road.
And they didn't do their job. They're going to feel poorly about that. But what they're going to do is look at the defense and say, can you pick us up here? And let's face it, defenses can score. We've seen it, right? They can take the ball away, create a big-time opportunity. Let's see if they can get that done.
Yeah, just something to jumpstart this home crowd. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted number 1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That one into the hands throws of Hopkins downfield. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Start.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. If we're going to take the ball, they won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
I'm good. How are you?
And the Cardinals will go up.
Thanks for asking.
They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that cause you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Ready, go! Ready?
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he's going to pull his way forward.
Yeah, a little bit.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Ready? Ready?
To throw, it's Lance. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the
My favorite quarterback, or my quarterback on my team?
got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to...
Kyler Murray, still. This is year 4.
Nowhere to go.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Lance. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I'd have to say James Conner. My defense is pretty stout, though.
And then sack the quarterback. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be...
Well, no. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, James Conner, and Rondell White are more. Rondell Moore.
If he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
It's an 80. He's actually on the decline. He's getting older.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 30 on second down, Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. First carry for James Conner. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
The Cardinals hit 2 and 3 here to begin the new season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray.
Looking sideline, and that's caught by Hopkins.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Conner is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
McCann for the point after.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? So, who are the freshest guys coming off the wins game on Thursday night? Guys that are much competitors that you go to them early and often.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here's second and a yard. They run with McCaffrey off the option. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. And Lance again going to keep it. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Murray a give. This is Connor. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
A 14-yard gain there.
The middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first.
All right, everything's been sharp so far. Let's see if we can continue.
Murray going to throw.
He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down at 5. An option handoff given to Connor.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll run for it with Connor. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
They'll run here with Connor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
2nd down and goal. Murray sliding out of the... That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals.
All right, 21-0. Let's go, guys.
First touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And Lance again going to keep it. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion. 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Oh, he'll take a shot for McCaffrey downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returning it is Moore. A 47-yard punt, maybe a...
All right, can we make it 4 for 4?
1st and 10 as they take over. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field.
James Conner closing in on the 90 touchdown mark.
You'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, a give to Connor. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Running right on the option is Murray.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Here's Murray.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for 1st.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Lance. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there.
Murray fighting, lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Neville Gallimore on the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray.
And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
Intentional grounding.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
To throw is Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Lance, he'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Boswell's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And complete to Zach Ertz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Murray now on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Lance now to throw. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To throw again on second down. Lance. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Lance now on first down. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll square off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers. And then finally, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football with a good one between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Niners, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23.
All right, we're back. Let's see, the best overall rated player on the team, Murray's got a 93. Hopkins still has a 96. I'm pretty sure that's probably highest, 96. The corners are 90. 92s. 92 free safety. 96 Simmons. So 96 is the highest. Got 3 players.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Third quarter starts with a run from Connor. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And Murray will run it here. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Murray now. He'll get that one complete to Connor. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Murray. That's complete to his running back, Connor.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Murray giving to Connor on the option. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They're pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Murray now running right on the option.
Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And some space here.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
James Conner, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McCann now for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
And Lance going to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Gray.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Lance on toward to Samuel for a Niner first.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now Lance.
Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard.
Sit down, Trey. You ain't going nowhere.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
And for the defense, their 3rd sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Lance.
To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
Lance now on 1st down.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to. And the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way.
That's what you get for trying to be cute.
Get the football back.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
Well, it reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards.
League where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. From the gun, Murray. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and... And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Connor up the middle. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Connor on the read option. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Right back to Connor here on first. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his good runner and try to finish off the game. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Lance.
He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Lance looking to throw it.
And this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
From the gun, it's Lance.
He's going to air one out. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter, right? Partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now, they may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep, and they'll get him down right around the 16.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Here's a handoff to Connor, and he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Out is Tucker McCann now to try the field goal.
This a 33-yard attempt.
McCann's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
And this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lance
to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Camus Cruz-Hill getting in there and taking him down.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort, keep trying to keep your quarterback upright, and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
Lance.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play.
They were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. Turnover on downs. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Another carry now for Madison. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 27. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
On second down, this is Madison. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard.
All right. Final kneel down. We'll end the blowout here. Actually, we're not going to kneel down. We're actually going to kick a field goal just to rub it in. Just because it's a rivalry. What's going on? MVP Lewis? Adding salt to the wound here.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was
heck yeah.
it was just more focus on what they planned to do going
Running game really carried us through there. We'll look at the stats here.
It all came together in the second half.
I mean, Connor, they really couldn't stop him. They blitzed every type of blitz I've ever seen. And they just run through them every time.
3 up and 3 down. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers.
And we are now 500.
Well, for the 49ers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4
See you, man.
7 games. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Look at Hopkins, 173 yards in his 12th year. Simmons with 11 tackles, Murray with 8. 4 sacks on the day for the team, including J.J. Watt. No interceptions. We did have a forced fumble. And a fumble recovery. What's up, Jackson? Cool name, man.